lately when I've been playing on the ladder, and I just can't do it. I just suck at dropping. I really do. So yeah, we're just gonna. I'm really intrigued to actually get to watch some TVP, maybe get inspired a little bit. So let's just see what happens. Oh, sorry, I'm still a bit sniffly. Right, in the upper left-hand corner we have our blue Terran player, I believe still teamless. Happy. And his opponent down to the bottom right from Imaginary Gaming, ladies and gentlemen. ShoWTimE. Alright, how is everybody doing? Again, this is our final series today. If you're just, again, just to give you guys a bit of an idea about the stream I plan for today, we're going to go offline after this series and take a couple hours. I'm going to go have a nap. I'm definitely going to have a nap. I'm going to get some food, and we'll be back from, say, I mean, if we finish 6 PM CST, it's going to be quite late, I guess. To give it 3 hours, 5 to 8. It's not that late actually. So yeah, we're gonna come back and play some ladder slash do some viewer games and stuff as well. So that's what we will do a bit later on. If you guys want to tune in for that, hit that follow button so you want to go live again. I mean, I've got a couple of things I should really be doing as well, but yeah, it's kind of a weird day, right? Because like usually if I had stuff to do, I'd rather do it like through the day, and then you stream a tournament or whatever. At night you stream at night, but like actually doing stuff at night, boring. All right, so Reaper opening here from Happy, and right now he is just patrolling on the low ground, which is got a pile on the low ground already. Actually, he's going to start engineering blocking his opponent. So we do see a couple of probes on the way down to begin denying this from ShoWTimE. It's just going to be as annoying as possible, and again, Happy just going to try and put as much health onto this engineering bay as possible. The more health he gets on it, the longer it's going to take his opponent to get rid of it. ShoWTimE's just he actually didn't make his alert at all, so it's actually going to take quite some time to get this out, get rid of this. Cybercore only just finishing now, and again you can see this SCV continuously coming back in and just trying, a little bit of a war between this probe and SCV, just trying to get a little bit more hit points onto this engineering bay. Again, just keep it alive as long as he can. Reaper on the way across the map, so these probes can't really stick around too much longer, and ShoWTimE recognizes this, moves them probes back into the main base. Of course, if the Mothership Core and Stalker have to come down here to clear the engineering bay, Reaper can pop them into the main base and be a bit of a threat in here. And of course, if one of those units, decides to chase the Reaper, it's less damage on the engineering base. So altogether, this works out really well for Happy here to start off this game. Reaper just continue to work away on this pile, and the Stalker going to have to come over here and react to this. And Super finally going to pop away. I'm surprised he's not looping around in towards the main already. I guess engineering base is about to go down, so he's just going to keep this Reaper alive. He's going straight into extra barracks though, so we have an interesting follow-up. I mean, we see so often the mine drop play and just, continuously dropping mines throughout the game. We see that so often nowadays in TVP, and, it's quite rare to actually see a player just not go for that factory and go straight up into 3 racks instead. Happy just confirms the Nexus is here, and actually darts out for the natural once again. As this Reaper, again, just going to be useful to find out what exactly is going on in this game. Lots of damage on it already though, so it's not really going to get too far into the base. Did he get a glimpse of that Twilight Council? No, he did not, so he didn't see this Twilight on the way. So tech choice from Happy is tech choice from ShoWTimE is unknown by Happy right now, so he's playing a little bit blind. You can see him investing into an engineering bay right now, really yeah, making an engineering bay, just making sure he's safe from pretty much everything. I mean, it's not really a weird time for an engineering bay considering the build order from Happy. It's just built, again, it's just built such a time so you can get turrets down for anything as well though, so it's a nice standard timing, and first few units are out for Happy in fact, and ShoWTimE drops a very quick third Nexus. Wow. Huh, okay, so he drops a very quick third Nexus. That is interesting. I wonder what his plan is here, because I mean, this is very brave. Obviously he's going to use Blink to try and defend this, but I mean, the push that's going to be coming across the map from his opponent in the next few moments is going to be very scary. he's not investing into stim, he's just getting combat shields and concussive shells. So it's the two upgrades which upgrade the fastest for the bio units, which means he's going to be able to hit super quick. And I'd be very surprised. I mean, obviously Happy might not check the third base, but that's the only way in which I see this not actually getting, you know, yeah, if he doesn't check the third base, that's the only way, in my opinion, that he doesn't actually kill it. I think if he sees it, he kills it. I don't think ShoWTimE can move over there. He doesn't have blink. Yeah, he actually only really has sentries. So all he can really do is force field his natural ramp. He's sending the hallucinated Phoenix out on the map. He hasn't seen this bio army at all, though. And Happy just going to run up here. ShoWTimE's paying attention, though. Good reactions, and Happy just going to back off. Does Happy check the third? Yes, he does. He moves over here. He finds it. And, I mean, what does ShoWTimE do? I mean, I guess he's got thrown overcharge. Is there enough units here? I guess not. Enough, really, to take it down. But you can come back towards this natural again, force another couple of force fields. These force fields are actually a little bit nicer, because they let a few units through, but actually they let a few too many units through. He's actually going to be able to pick off... Whoa, my god, how many units is he going to pick off here? He's going to pick off another sentry? He's picked off all but one sentry, and now he's going to come up this ramp. ShoWTimE is taking so much damage. He just lost like 5-6 sentries. Wow, Happy really finding ways to get damage done here. I mean, I don't know. I think ShoWTimE was... I don't know if he was really late, because his first force field was great. It feels as though the second force field was because he wanted to try and let a few units through, just to kind of kill them off a little bit at a time. But he let a few too many through, then he lost his sentries, he didn't have force fields to block out the rest of the units, and then he lost even more sentries. Kind of crazy. But ShoWTimE still does have a third base. He's on 58 probes to 42 SCVs. First medevac's nowhere near existing just yet from Happy, who is only just now adding on that starport. I mean, it's going to finish soon. First medevacs will pop out about 11 minutes. Templar Archives is on the way up for ShoWTimE though, so he's going to be choosing kind of a Templar charge lot composition here early on to try and get something done. Happy does spot that probe and will be able to take that down. And immediately turns around, doesn't want to be caught out in the middle of the map. There is blink on the map, so that's something he has to be very wary of. I mean, he doesn't really know about it. But think about what he saw before. He saw a lot of sentries and stalkers, so... Well, does that suggest blink? Not really. If you saw a lot of stalkers, I guess it suggests blink. Actually, having so many sentries early on is quite weird. It's quite different. Happy going to build his third base in position. Going to get rid of these rocks nice and quickly. Block that off, keep that safe. And for ShoWTimE, not really too much happening. He is sending a probe out onto the map, so going to continue to place pylons around the place, see what he can get up to with that. And generally, I mean, it'd be nice if you'd be able to send a single zealot in towards the third base or so and just try and slow that down a little bit while Happy's moving out on the map with the rest of his army. But it's going to take a while, especially with those rocks being taken down. Happy really taking every precaution he can to keep his third base as safe as possible. Storm is finished, and that means that these Templars are a very scary prospect. As you can see, for a moment there, ShoWTimE didn't really know whether he wanted to fight or not, and in the end, Happy did attack into him. And Happy will lift up. Oh, this isn't going to work well for him at all. He's going to lose absolutely everything. Oh, Happy really screwing that up a little bit there, in all honesty. I mean, he just went from probably, yeah, I mean, I don't know. And the feedbacks were really nice, and the Storm as well, getting a little bit of extra damage down, and ShoWTimE had way more than Happy was expecting, I think. And I think Happy was, I mean, if Happy had gotten away with them two medevacs, it would have been fine, but he didn't just lose one, he lost both of them. So that was really a bit of a disappointment for him, as this drop is not going to achieve anything. Two Widow Mines just turned away immediately. There's well-placed cannons around everywhere, so I mean, drops aren't really going to be, Widow Mine drops aren't really going to be all too effective. I do like the addition of the Widow Mines though. I mean, it gives him an opportunity to, I mean, in this composition you're lacking a robo, or for a long time you're lacking a robo, but what you're also lacking is kind of range units. You know, Stalkers are kind of the only thing which can really deal with the mines. So I really like the addition of the mines into Happy's composition right now, as we see a wall prism to the left hand side for ShoWTimE. Going to be load up a handful of zealots and heading in towards the main base, looking to see what he can achieve with this. Moving through the middle of the map with the rest of his army as well, trailing behind 3 Templar. As, ooh, you could cut off this little bit of army from Happy. Or Happy could come in for a bit of a flank. Happy's going to stim away, realizing he can't do too much. Big warping into the main base though, and already SCV's having to be pulled away. And this is going to force Happy to send a few units back in. In fact, he's not sending anything back just yet. Engineering base going to go down. What's he doing? He is counter-attacking with a few units, but some Stalkers, a couple of Zealots being warped in to begin dealing with this. Happy has got, what, like 2 Marauders and a handful of Marines? He is so scared of this attack at the front, he refuses to move forward. So if there are any of his army into the main to actually defend, and so he's taking on a lot of damage. This single drop from ShoWTimE, from Happy, ShoWTimE is dealing with it fairly well so far. It looks as though he will continue to do that, as this one pylon might not even go down. In fact, it probably will. But still, I mean, finally, Happy cleans up in the main base, but damage done. 50 SCVs remain, 69 for our Protoss player. 21 workers killed by ShoWTimE. It's been an effective game from him in terms of SCV killing so far. 2 upgrades on the way for Protoss, plus 2 only just starting now for Happy, who of course did lose that first engineering bay. So, or that engineering did relay down to the south. He did always have this one up. That was actually his first one in the game. So he lost one of his engineering bays, which is a bit of a shame. And he's in a bit of a tough spot right now, where, you know, what's he going to do next? I mean, again, he's got this minefield set up, but Colossi are starting to join the map, and it's going to be able to clean up mines very, very easily. They're going to become a lot less effective, unless he starts just dropping like flipping crazy. I mean, he'll need to kind of just like, he really will just kind of have to kind of lift up everything, just drop, I feel, because that can be where mines are very effective, when Zealots charge in, try and clean up drops, and Colossi aren't necessarily there to defend or prison back in the main base. They might get targeted down by the Zealots, by the Marines, but the Zealots will finish warping in a lot here though, as ShoWTimE has to be careful. He's barging into so many Widow mines. His Zealots again absolutely evaporated. I don't think he quite thought there would be that many Widow mines here, but he still has Storms available, and Happy is sitting in them right now. 2 Colossi here as well, but nothing to really tank. These bio units are so low on hit points though. So low on hit points. At the same time, ShoWTimE trying to deal with a drop on his own side of the map. Action all over the place right here from both of these players, as another wave of Zealots would not go amiss to tank a little bit for the rest of this army, which is moving forwards once again. You're very brave, I feel, without the Zealots in front of the tank. Nice Storm to do a bit of zoning. A single Viking gets taken down. Archon in the lead. That'll tank for a little while. It looks as though Happy might actually just be out of units over here. He is once again moving into the natural of his opponent with the drops, but it's not going to be enough. ShoWTimE takes game number 1, and well, weird game, not what you usually see, right? You never really see a pros go to 3 bases that quickly. You never really see a Templar opening either. So weird game from both players. As we ask for an invite into game number 2, see what map we're going to be playing. Hello? Hey, it works. Yeah, sometimes my microphone cord apparently comes out, which isn't good. Game 2 will be on Coda. ShoWTimE, 1 map away from a date with either Petit Drogo or Harston in the next round of the lower bracket. And of course, you win that, you move on through into that final game. Right? Yeah, that's right. Against the loser of Ufilm and Snoot. That balloon's quite funny. ShoWTimE is ready, so we're just waiting for Happy to get us started in this second game. ShoWTimE beat Happy a week ago with 2 base fast carriers. What? If that's one of them games on the ladder where you lose and you're just like you just don't want to play this game anymore, because like it just shouldn't work, but it did, and you're just like, oh, this sucks. Right? That's one of the games that would make me just give up, be sick of my life. Happy apparently is not ready to begin our game. How's everyone doing over in the chat? Hope you're all doing well. Hope you're all having a good time once again. I was watching that game back. The mines were pretty intense in the Zealots. I think it's one of them things where you're like, okay, he's got a couple mines. You don't actually expect him to have loads. Like 10, 12. He had like 10, I think. It was one hell of a minefield. The thing is in TVP though, again, like if he knew about it, he wouldn't just charge him with the Zealots. He'd just let his Colossi start doing the you just let the Colossi start clearing them. And then kind of then you know, boom. They're not very useful anymore because they're dead and they didn't do anything. In the upper left corner of the map, our blue Terran player down again. Can he keep his IEM Shenzhen qualifier run alive? It's happy. Into the bottom right corner of the map, the red pros player from Imaginary Gaming, ladies and gentlemen. ShoWTimE. So, game number 2. Could be our last game of today. Man, I didn't think we'd cast for so long. I didn't think it'd be, well, 4 and a bit hours. Yeah, I guess 4 and a bit hours isn't that bad. I'm just really tired again. I didn't sleep well at all last night. Yeah, I know I unplugged my mic. I realized as soon as I did it this time. So, which is why I stopped talking and I just kind of looked at the screen a bit blankly because I couldn't actually tell you what was going on. So, yeah. Did you enjoy ShoWTimE from Imaginary Gaming? I feel like we did. Here he is. That'll do as an introduction, right? That'll do. SCV moving across the map here from Happy. Just a Reaper expand once again from him, it would seem. Out of ShoWTimE, well, hard to say right now. It looks as though he's just going to be playing with 1 gas though, which would suggest he himself wants to just expand here. It's nothing too crazy to begin with. Very similar to that last game. As once again, Happy is looking to get an engineering bay down here. Probe comes in much earlier this time though, and we'll begin to stop this. So Happy not going to be able to put that engineering bay down this time around. Second probe coming in as well. These guys are going to work together as a team to get rid of this SCV. So we actually take quite a lot of damage. And there we go, gets turned away at 5 hit points. Happy staying as long as he can. Doesn't really delay the next set. Well, this out should be cancelled. Oh, is he going to let it finish? He did cancel it. Right, he cancelled the ShoWTimE membership core straight away, so quite interesting. He's not actually dropping the Nexus as soon as he could have there. He could have dropped the Nexus then started the membership core. He didn't. He got the membership core first, so kind of interesting to see what. Okay, I guess it makes sense actually because of the timing of the Reaper here. So yeah, ShoWTimE just knowing his timings. And yeah, good stuff. This Reaper gonna loop around a little bit, around the natural, back up in towards the main base. But again, not really too much for it to see or do. Happy once again back at home, just adding on a couple more barracks. Same build as game number 1. So I guess our question now becomes, what will ShoWTimE do? Because his game number 1 build was very unique, a bit different. Will he rush that fast third base again? I really don't think so. He's actually going to pop that robo facility down straight away. So robo facility down, and we'll see how that works out for him in a few moments' time. I need some light on my beautiful face. I know, but the light switch is so far away. Actually, it feels really dark in here today. I have this issue. I always have this issue as well, whereas the sweeper comes in, he will spot the robo facility. I have this issue when I'm trying to record, when I'm recording myself for a YouTube video. I really hate it because I realize that my glasses are reflected in my screen, and even if I take my screen brightness all the way down to 0, I just can't get it in such a the way my computer faces. I just can't get it in such a way that my glasses don't like have a glare from the screen. It really bothers me. So I might just do my YouTube videos with no glasses on. But then that doesn't really work because I can't see the screen. I'm not that short-sighted, but then I feel weird. It really bugs me. It really does. I need better lighting, but the way my desk is, I'm just like the windows are like behind me, so it really sucks. Anyways, ShoWTimE on the way for Happy. He's not going to go for that same combat shield concussive shell push this time around. Yeah, just starts up ShoWTimE, starts up combat shields. So this is just going to be kind of, similar thing. He's got bio, but this time he's actually just going to get ShoWTimE and combat shields. So he's going to have the 2 core upgrades very early on here. And this first observer, does Happy see that? Because he pulled his units back at a very peculiar time there. I've seen it, but not had a scan. In fact, I think that's exactly what happened here. I think he's watching for that observer. That's insane, right? Like, watching for the observer, and is he now really trying to hunt it down to the left-hand side? You're shitting me. I guess that is what happens when you play against a robo facility opening 1,000 times. You just know where to look for that observer and when it's going to pop out. That's insane. That is genuinely insane. I have no words. I mean, he clearly knew where it was. Amazing. There's another observer here. Does he know where this one is? Come on, Happy. Don't disappoint. He's not that psychic, guys. Come on, Zard's being walked in the middle of the map. As this first push comes in, ShoWTimE and combat shields are finished. And here he goes, ShoWTimE comes down, and ShoWTimE doesn't know where he really wants to fight. The phone overcharged slowly but surely, adding a little bit of damage against this army. Another cell getting warped in here. Nexus losing a lot of damage. Force field goes down on the ramp to try and keep this alive, and Happy's, well, he's killed off a fair few workers, but he will eventually lose this army. And how much was really lost there? Let's have a look at the units lost. 5 Marauders, 12 Marines for 2 workers, 5 Zealots, a Stalk, and 2 Sentries. I think that was kind of okay for Happy, actually. If he didn't waste so much DPS on the shields of the Nexus, it would have actually been a lot better for him. But still, I think it's still very good. I think it was, it's kind of annoying because your bio auto-targets the Nexus when it has photon overcharge on. It like counts it as an enemy over workers, so it's very difficult to avoid damaging it sometimes if you're just like clicking around expecting it to hit a Stalker, but a few Marines in the back hit the Nexus instead. ShoWTimE, after defending this, will just take his 3rd base. He's once again going into Storm. That Temple Archives has been built already. Charge over halfway done, as well as +1 armor. And he's just getting into the exact same setup as he was last time around, with a little bit of a later 3rd base. So ShoWTimE getting all set up here. And just seeing SCV moving through the middle of the map. An observer just spotting his SCV coming forwards, and he should go clean that up. SCV sees what he wants to see though, so I mean, SCV sees what's up. Another observer will see this first medevac army moving across the map. Of course, it's not the first army of the game. After that initial poke from Happy, which did a fair amount of damage. He looks as though he's going to come over here and start working his way through these rocks. So just going to work his way through these rocks, look to see if he can get through here. Armoring over halfway done for Happy, who is working on 1-1 upgrades, so he's got double engineering bay down. Starts his 3rd CC behind this. He has gone up to 5 racks, so the ability to put on a lot of pressure is there. And Probe puts a pylon in the top right hand corner as well, so nothing crazy right now as Happy moves forward. Storm finished. This single Storm doesn't really connect, but more just zones the units away from continuing to advance forwards, and Happy just leaves a single Marauder ahead of the army to watch in case anything is coming his way, so he can prepare to deal with it. At the same time, Dole drop in towards the main base, but it's as though ShoWTimE more than ready to deal with this. As the first 4 Marines getting dropped off there. get completely shut down and get killed off. Alright, so a few Marines, couple of Marauders, couple of Medivacs here and there. Looks though Happy's going to connect, bring his entire army together. Once again, adding mines into the composition, which again, same as last game, I do like against this early Storm and Zealot heavy army. And I like the fact he's actually just going to try and doom drop a little bit as well. Lifts up, scans, checks for an observer, just bringing absolutely everything together. He's just going to go for one huge drop into the main base. But ShoWTimE seems to have a bit of a sixth sense, man. Like, he's looking like he's warping another Templar. He's already got a fair few Zealots here. As we see the scan coming down in ShoWTimE. Well, he just only got a couple of feedbacks, but he does have at least one Storm. As there, it's actually going to land, but mostly hitting the Zealots more than anything. The mine's actually doing a lot of friendly fire here onto the Marauders and Marines. Can ShoWTimE defend this? His entire army is coming in to deal with this. Feedbacks, of course, available onto these Medivacs, but the Templar not quite able to get in range. Happy will unload to kill off one more pylon as he escapes this main base. And a big drop, a very successful drop, and Happy will be fairly content with that, I feel, as he finally found a way to get a little bit of damage done. Mine gets one last hit off before he gets destroyed. As back in towards the main base, a couple of feedbacks come down. Nice Storm as well, really low in the health on these Medivacs. Mozart's being warped in here at the same time. Big attack in towards the third base, and ShoWTimE. He's only left a few Templar over here, but Happy is already free-splitting and bringing a few units forwards to begin dealing with this. So many Storms used to just try and slow this attack down. It will work, however, and Happy is cleaned up not only in the third base, but also in the main. One single Medivac survives this attack. The rest of these Medivacs are going to escape as well. Happy just trying to attack here, there, and everywhere. ShoWTimE just seems to have a little bit too many units in each place for this to really do too much damage. Another couple of Medivacs full of units heading across the map. Happy going to continue with these drops throughout the entire game. Really just wants to keep this going throughout. Really wants to just keep making this happen. It's going to move forwards. The observer will see this starting to advance forwards, and again, feedbacks will maybe one feedback available. I don't think there's two. Happy actually turns away, doesn't commit this time around. +3, +2 on the way for our Protoss player. That's 2-2 finishes for the Terrans. So the Terrans upgrade is actually looking good. Again, that double engineering bay really working out for him. What is with this? Well, it's kind of a weird clunk of units to have in the top right corner of the map. I guess there must be a. This is kind of really weird. I guess he was just walking in thinking of going for a counter attack at the third, but Happy found it. Yeah, his Storms don't really land on anything there. But Happy cleans that out. A bit of a loss for ShoWTimE. He moves through the centre of the map with the rest of his army just as Happy scans, so just kind of keep an eye on where his opponent is, realising that, you know, the classic combination of warp in somewhere to distract, and, you know, obviously you hit this third base while attacking the front door, so so you realise, well, the potential of this, and actually scan really nicely on top of this army. And what Mozart's coming across the map. It's just before the robo transition here from ShoWTimE. 2 Colossi on the way out, and I really feel as though he should wait for them, because, you know, Happy's clearly not in a position to deal with Colossi. He doesn't have any Vikings, and he's only just now adding on Ghosts, so he's only just getting in a position now to deal with the initial Templar which were out. So yeah, I think ShoWTimE is very smart to back off here. I think it's the right decision. I feel as though waiting for those Colossi is going to be the better choice. So, a couple more Templar warping in, and it looks as though a Marine Marauder Medivac actually going to take its opportunity to move across the map here. But again, I mean, with Colossi out, and this is the first time Happy's going to see them, Viking production must now begin. A huge lift up, sorry, underneath the scan in the middle of the map. I think he probably saw those Medivacs with the edge of that, but his army's out in the middle. Does he have a mothership core? Nice minds cleaning up a lot of these Zealots to begin with. Where's his mothership core? Well, it's not with this army. He's so dead in the main base, right? And I guess he's got a couple of storms. He's actually got a lot of feedbacks available. If he can land them on some of these, he's actually just storming on top of his own army. He's just kind of desperate to do whatever he can. Colossus starts to come in. If he can deal with this, I mean, Colossus actually going to come in from behind. He's actually going to deal with this fairly easily. And this is a lot of Happy's army, man. This is a ton of Happy's army. It's just not done anywhere near as much damage as I thought it would. It looked as though he was going to get into this space. He was going to be able to really get damage done. It looked as though ShoWTimE was so far out of position, but... oh, wow. ShoWTimE is just so good at defending. He just seems to be everywhere at the same time. Even though he's in the middle of the map, everything was all of a sudden back at home. Really playing well today. I can see how he took down Bunny, especially if it's using this build, because it's a bit of a different build. It's not what you usually see. I've been moving out. Oh, is he again? I mean, I think he wants to move out. Has he not taken down that pylon yet? No. So he's going to go try and deal with that pylon, and he's actually going to run into an overwhelming number of Zards. The medevac's a bit far out of position here, and as at the same time, we're going to see our Cross player advance forwards. A couple of storms begin to land. Some EMPs landing too, making ShoWTimE think twice about this. These Vikings in the front, they're going to go down. Is there no blink? No, not yet. Javi's just going to GG. I mean, it wasn't really a big fight.